Hey there, everyone. I'm Eddie O'Donnell here at Snow Joe, and thank you so much for joining us here because we are talking about pressure washers. We're gonna go through a great lineup of pressure washers. You can see right here. I'm in the Sun Joe pressure washer forest, as you can see, and I'm here to walk you through your tour guide through everything pressure washer when it comes to some of the pressure washers that we have in our lineup. And obviously, we have a lot of pressure washers in this lineup right here. We're going to walk everyone through sort of the starter pressure washers, some of the most common pressure washers that you're going to see, all the way up to some of the pro level pressure washers and what they have that makes them sort of the king of the cream of the crop when it comes to our pressure washer lineup right here. So welcome in everyone. Thank you so much to everyone for joining. Keep coming in, folks. We'd love to see you, folks. And if you guys have any questions about pressure washers, feel free to let us know in the chat. We always appreciate hearing from you. Feel free to let your friends know to join and all that kind of stuff. If you're enjoying any of this at any given point in time, feel free to give us that thumbs up. Feel free to hit that like. If you're watching on TikTok, feel free to like this video as well. Send us those hearts. We do appreciate them. And we're excited to have a little bit of fun here talking about some of these amazing tools in front of us. And we do have a lot of pressure washers in front of us. As you can see, I got 6 different ones that we're going to talk about here in our lineup. Now, 6 pressure washers in front of me, but honestly, we have so many more than this in our lineup. It's pretty crazy, but that's in a good way. It means that we can get you a pressure washer that gives you everything that you need when it comes to doing that work out in the yard, out in the garden, in the home, wherever it may be with your car. Every single one of these pressure washers has something special about them that really helps when it comes to doing that kind of work and really gives you that extra functionality, that little kick in the bud when it comes to getting the work done outdoors, cleaning things up, which is a lot of what we're focusing on right now in this season. We're focusing on it's the time to sort of clean things out so that we can get ready to have some good times outside. We're looking forward to hanging out on our patios, our decks, our outdoor spaces in general. And this is the kind of time that we want to take right now to get everything clean. And these are the tools we're going to use right here. So we're going to walk you through pretty much every single item that we have here. And I'll sort of walk you through the beginning right here. If you do want to check out any of these pressure washers, by the way, you can head over to the description or you can head over to www.snowjoe.com, and all these pressure washers are going to be on our pressure washer page right there. So definitely don't be afraid to take a look at our pressure washers over there. But we're going to talk about the SPX 3000 right here, which is our flagship pressure washer, sort of one of the best all-rounders in the lineup here. And this is a great way to start off here because I think everybody out there could use a pressure washer like the SPX 3000 right here. So a lot of great starting points in this pressure washer here, and already sort of gets you ahead of the game in many cases. But this is kind of the pressure washer that I think everybody out there should be looking at in general. Now, as we continue to step up there, we've got the SPX 3001 right here. And then, of course, the little guy up front, that's the SPX 3220. Right over here, we have the SPX 3500. Now, you notice SPX, that's going to be our power washer sort of terminology here. And over here, we've got 2 of the pro models over here, the pro style models, the SPX 4800 as well as the SPX 8000 Pro. Both of these pressure washers are really brand new to the lineup right here. They give us an incredible amount of power. So we've got a pretty good lineage here of pressure washers to get you through your cleaning tasks. Now, I could, it can easily get a little jumbled here with all these pressure washers in front of me. So we will start sort of moving things around here to show off each and every one individually. But yeah, it's going to be one of those exciting things. We're going to excited to show this off. Excited to talk about some of these pressure washers that we have right here because yeah, we got a great little lineup of tools there. We're going to take you through sort of the starter pressure washers that you're going to use and what the features are on sort of our pressure washers that are going to be more the every person pressure washer, all the way up to the kind of things that we look at with with sort of our more pro level pressure washers right here. So we're going to work our way across the board here. Now I'll do a little tidying up here, and we'll start walking through things there. So this is going to be a fun one here, trying to get all these pressure washers into the right space here. But we'll pull this down here, and we'll make things a little tidier in general so we can see exactly what we're talking about here. In fact, actually, this whole cart here, we'll just roll this out of the way over here. And then we'll come back. We'll come back for you, pressure washers, when it's your turn. Try not to let anything fall while I roll this around here. Yeah, that's right. It's going to be studio rolling here when it comes to moving stuff around. There we go. Move a couple other things here. Yeah. So we get that out of the way, and we can roll our pressure washers off to the side here for now. We'll talk about them in just a little bit. All right, scooch you down. Scooch. There we go. All right. So We're going to start off here talking about an amazing pressure washer. A lot of stuff cleaned up with. This is the SPX 3000 right here. And like I said, this is our flagship model. And the reason, we have some pressure washers in our lineup that aren't quite as hefty and powerful as this right here. But the reason that I want to talk about this is sort of the greatest starter pressure washer is that this pressure washer really offers you everything that you need when it comes to cleaning things up in general. And one of the things that I love about this pressure washer here is that it doesn't skimp on the power. You can have pressure washers sort of in all different power ranges, but this right here has 2030 psi max coming out of it. So it's really got that power that you need to get a lot of stuff cleaned up. And that power replaces the need for chemicals and things like that. Now, this does have soap tanks in here, which you can use with our very, very friendly soap detergents that we are actually formulated for this pressure washer right here. But what's great about this in general is that we have that great capability to give us that proper cleaning, design right here without having to worry about things like those harsh chemicals in general. So nice to have that setup that you have right there with the SPX 3000 here, giving us all that power, giving us all that capability to get so much clean just with the power of water. So 2030 psi max, like I like to say, that's really the power of a gas pressure washer. But what you have here is the convenience of electric. This is an electric pressure washer right here. Got the cord right back here. You plug that in, and it's going to give you that power at that moment's notice. You're not worried about filling up with gas. You're not worried about pull starts or struggling at all getting this pressure washer running here. So an amazing setup and design here with this beast of a pressure washer here to get a lot of stuff cleaned up. Now, when it comes to this pressure washer, when it comes to all the pressure washers we're talking about here, we're talking about some serious setup and fittings here. We've got things like metal fittings for where all the water flows. We've got a seriously powerful motor in there, of course, because we're using electric designs here. We're not worrying about the gas here, but we're getting that gas-like power there. Now, all of the pressure washers that we're going to talk about in this case here, also we're going to have a really great setup here. They're going to have from the pressure washer a high pressure hose like this. Now, these high pressure hoses for every single one of our pressure washers in the lineup here. These are all steel reinforced, meaning that these are steel lined hoses here. These steel reinforced hoses are always going to have a higher pressure rating than the pressure washer that they're attached to there to make sure that they have that overhead, meaning that they are going to last. These hoses are really heavy duty and really important because what they do is they attach the pressure washer right here to your lance. And the lance is the other part here that's going to be really sweet. The SPX 3000 right here comes with our quick connect lance design right here. So this is the lance for our pressure washer here. You can see that the lance is designed sturdily through and through. We're talking about metal fittings where the water flows, metal where the water flows in general. That's something we take seriously here because we've been through other models there that have had to upgrade, so to speak. We know what plastic fittings look like, and we know the fact that those plastic fittings don't last. So we decided to upgrade. We wanted to make sure that we built pressure washers out there for everyone that really last, that give you that nice longevity here, just like with this pressure washer right here. So let's take a look at the lance right here. You can see on the lance right here, on the inside of that lance there, you've got that nice solid metal continuance there. So when you tie your steel hose into the base of this lance here, you get that metal junction there, all steel throughout the lance here, and then of course all metal throughout here to a 1/4 inch quick connect. This is what we call our brass 1/4 inch quick connect right here. And that brass quick connect system that you have right there, that 1/4 inch design there, this is actually a standard professional system that you see sort of across all realms of pressure washers. What's great about it in general is that this allows us to utilize on the back of this pressure washer these quick connect nozzles that you see right up here. And these quick connect nozzles up here come in a variety of angles. And these angles allow us to tailor our spray for different tasks there. So got a 0 degree, a 15 degree, a 25 degree, a 40 degree, and a soap nozzle right here. And essentially what these do, you pull these off just like so. You take your quick connect nozzle right there. You slide that right on like that. And just take a look here and take a quick listen here into the noise. Ooh, yeah, nice solid connection sound there. Nice solid tight connection there. You pull your sleeve right back here, that pops it right off there, and then we can put that back onto our pressure washer here. Now, each of these angles, as I mentioned, are going to give us a different sort of attack with our spray here. So for example, with the red nozzle here, we're going to get that 0 degree high pressure spray. That's going to give us all of that power, 2030 psi max. We're going to focus that into a pinpoint sort of laser punch into that grime that we're going to clean out. Now, this is going to be really good for brick surfaces, tiles, brick surfaces, concrete surfaces, sorry, and any of those hard wearing stone surfaces in general. That's going to be a really great way to clean that up, because that's going to put a lot of power down. I wouldn't use this on things like your car. I wouldn't use this on things like that's painted at all, and or anything made of wood. You might damage that. Now, moving on to the 15-degree nozzle, which is this yellow one right here. That yellow nozzle is going to take that spray, instead of it being that pinpoint jet there, it's going to give us a little bit of an angle there. So it's going to cover a little more ground, but it's going to give us a lot of cleaning power for a lot of those surfaces as well. You know, now moving on to things closer to tile, other stonework and stuff like that. Again, it's going to give you that wider angle. It's going to make it a little bit gentler, but it's really going to give you a lot of power cleaning for a lot of those tough surfaces in general there. Now, moving on to the 25-degree nozzle right here, which is the green one. That green nozzle, we are getting a little bit more gentle in a serious way now. Now we're getting gentle enough that we can take care of wooden surfaces. We can do things like our wooden deck fences and stuff like that. We can do our wooden deck with that, and we're not worried about damaging that fiber anymore, you know? So we have that great setup right here to do that kind of work in general as well. And that's something I think that's important, you know, as we move sort of with the levels of the pressure washer there, we're seeing what we can accomplish here, sort of from high power to that more gentle cleaning power. And that really says something about this pressure washer with the power that it has, is that as you're moving to those more gentle spaces, you're still getting a lot of cleaning done. You know, we move all the way to our 40-degree nozzle right here, which is our gray nozzle. That 40-degree nozzle that you see right here, this is the most gentle pressure spray that we have coming out of this. And it is the spray that I would recommend that you use for your car, because, you know, when it comes to your pressure washer, you don't want to take the paint off your car. You don't want to cause that damage. And this nozzle right here with the widest angle on it, remember that angle is going to, you know, get wider as these nozzles go across here. That widest angle right there is going to give you that gentlest spray, but still give you a powerful cleaning capability for this to keep that car looking great there. So really great design here to have these nozzles here. They allow you to, as I say, tailor your spray sort of across the board here with your lance to give you a lot of that cleaning power very accurately. Now, the final nozzle on this is the soap nozzle. That's this black nozzle right here. And that allows us to interact with these two guys right up here, which are dual detergent tanks here. So we have two tanks up here that we can fill up with detergent. We actually have this one filled up with some detergent in there already. Now these, you just open up these caps here, you pour in some soap there, and you have a selector up here. This selector up here allows you to choose from either tank here. There's a little arrow right up here, and that arrow allows you to pick exactly how much soap you want from either tank. So the more I adjust it to this direction here, the more it's going to pull for that tank. If I put it right in the center, it's going to give me just water there, and the more I adjust it to the left here, the more it's going to pull from that tank. So we can really feather in the amount of soap that we want to spray up on a surface there. The other great thing about the soap nozzle there is that it really gives us that great capability to get a gentle watering spray up, because we're not worried about putting the pressure down when we're putting soap on. This is just a really great way to put a very gentle watering spray if you want to quickly get a little bit of a clean on something, but you don't want to put any pressure down. That's going to be the nozzle that you want to use there. But what that dual detergent tank system here allows us to do is to give us that really, really great soaping capability. When we soap something up before we rinse it down with the pressure washer here, it really gives us that great capability to get a better clean on things. It means that we can clean things up faster. It means that we can clean things up more efficiently. And it means that we can do a better job overall. So really nice with the SPX 3000 here to have that dual detergent tank setup, because now it means we can do two of those jobs at the same time. We don't have to worry about picking one or the other. We can just get out there and we can clean quickly and efficiently. So amazing pressure wash that we have right here with the SPX 3000 here. But as I mentioned, this is sort of the flagship baseline model here in many ways. Let's take a look at what happens when we upgrade this pressure washer. We go to the next level. So let's take a step up here. Let's take a look at what the next level of the SPX 3000 here looks like. So we'll put this down over here. And the next move that we have here in terms of pressure washers, as we sort of move our way up into sort of the realm of going more pro with our pressure washers, we have this right here. This is the SPX 3001. Now, here's a bit of information for anyone out there who knows about our pressure washers. The numbers actually mean something. The SPX 3000 series is a base series of pressure washers there that give us that 2030 psi. So the same incredible output with this amazing pressure washer right here. Of course, the same system with the 5 quick connect nozzles here. The same incredible electric design right here, as you can see with the cord over here. But what we have here is we're going to trade that dual detergent tank for this hose reel. Any of our pressure washers that end in the number 1 are going to have one of these hose reels on them. And this is just a great system overall. One, it means that there's no more joint that you have to worry about that goes from your pressure washer to the high pressure hose. That's an all-in-one included system there. This actually comes all together. This is a pretty much already assembled unit right out of the box, which makes it very easy. You pull it right out of the box and you're ready to clean, which is one of the great things about this, why it is that sort of step up upgrade. And of course, if you do want to take a look at any of the pressure washers or anything like that, you can head over to snowjoe.com. You can take a look at these amazing pressure washers because these are an awesome way to get a lot of stuff cleaned up here. Now, you can see right here on this pressure washer right here, we have that nice hose reel, 20 feet of high pressure hose, same high pressure hose as we have in the other one, but instead of having that dual ended outlet, this plugs directly into the lance there and is already plugged in to the pressure washer to give you that cleaning power right at the onset there. Now, remember, I also mentioned that you're trading those dual detergent tanks, but you still get the soap nozzle. That's because now you don't have two. You actually have one larger detergent tank located on the back of our pressure washer. So if we spin this around here, you can see we have one large detergent tank on the back of the pressure washer. Now, you might have been thinking to yourself, when I'm talking about the SPX 3000, why are we using that detergent tank to get things clean? What kind of detergents are we putting in there? And we do have our own detergents. We have things like our auto wash, our snow foam. We also have things we have things like our home cleaning washes, specifically things like degreasers and things like heavy duty cleansers. All of these washes, all of these detergents here, and you can put pretty much whatever detergent you want in there as well. But all these cleaners help us get that better clean done with less power, less work, less effort in general. Essentially, a lot of the dirt that you're going to be cleaning off from a lot of surfaces there. For example, one thing I like to do every single summer is right before the summer, I like to clean off the grill grates before I get outside and get out there and start grilling. Well, I'll tell you right now, with this right here, one of the things that I love in general is the fact that I can fill that up with degreaser before I do it, spray up those grill grates, and actually get them really clean first off. It makes it so much faster for me to clean off those grates because what I can do is I can let that soap seep in for a little bit of time there, just give it a little bit of time to break down some of that material, and then I come back with another nozzle there, like 15-degree nozzle, and really spray that off. Really makes that a quick and easy way to get a lot of stuff cleaned up. So I love that capability that you have right there with this. Love that design they have right there. Really, really love this amazing pressure washer and that incredible output that it has there. So love the fact that we have that detergent tank that we have right there. Love the fact that we're still getting that fantastic 2030 PSI coming out of this. You can see right over here, we do have, these are the, this is the on and off switch right here. And this is the adjustment dial for the amount of soap that we want to mix in there. So just like the SPX 3000, this gives us that adjustment there, depending on how much soap we want in the mixer. We can actually turn this up or turn this down. And we can see this right here. We do have that nice little cap there for our detergent tank, and we can fill that up. This is larger than the other detergent tank that we see on the SPX 3000 here, but that's because there's only one of them. So really great to have this overall system here. I love the fact that we have that hose reel as well. As I mentioned, this is not just about being able to make sure that we can get the work done without having to plug in a hose from both ends, but also it's tidier. You have that place to put your high pressure hose. You have 20 feet of high pressure hose on this pressure washer here. As we let that out here, 20 feet of high pressure hose there. And when we're done with it, now what we can do is we can wrap that hose up very, very easily here. So really love the setup that we have there with that to easily wrap that up there. We'll just make sure that feeds through. There we go. And put things away. And that makes this a really great pressure washer to grab in general, a really great pressure washer to have on hand overall, so that you can get a lot of that kind of cleaning stuff done with an easy pressure washer to maneuver around. So I really do believe that the hose reel right there, real big upgrade for me, at least when it comes to using this pressure washer. So great setup that we have right here as we move along with the SPX 3000 series here. So why don't we put this one, we'll put this one down here. We'll move on to another SPX sort of 3000 mate right here, which is the SPX 3220, which is our go anywhere pressure washer. So let me bring this down right here, and I'm going to reach over and grab the SPX 3220 over here, and you'll notice here that there is sort of a stark difference in size here. That's right. This is a really compact pressure washer here. The SPX 3220 gives us a lot of pretty much all the features that we want out of the SPX 3000 in a compact, smaller setup right here. This is a go anywhere design right here, and this actually has a really, really great setup here with an incredible output for this pressure washer with that incredible 2200 psi output that we have right here from our SPX 3220, hence the SPX 3220. Now we do have a previous model of this, the SPX 3020, and that's going to be exactly the same as the SPX 3000 in terms of the output that it has there. But in this case, we have a bit of an upgraded model here. Now we can roll this around here. You can kind of see this has got wheels on all four sides. Now the other pressure washers do have wheels there, but this is really designed to be super compact, easy to stow away, easy to take with you. You know, if you're on the road, if you've got any vehicles or anything like that that you want to clean up on the road, for example, this is a great pressure washer to have on hand. This is just a great way too. If you have a smaller space or something like that, very easy and nifty pressure washer to store up here. Very easy to roll, also very easy to carry here. This is nice and lightweight, as all the pressure washers are. You see I'm maneuvering them pretty easily here. These are all easy to get the work done with. Now, of course, here we're going to have a bit of a different setup in terms of where everything lives. So right over here on the side, we have our Lance here. And you can actually see, this is the first time I think that you folks out there have seen the Lance sort of detached here as it's stored up on the pressure washer. I'll show you how we assemble it here. So let's take a look here. The Lance is connected in a couple of different places here onto our pressure washer. We have that holder right over here, so we can pick that up. We've got the main part of the body of the Lance right there. And down here, we've got our extension part of the Lance there. That pops right off there. Now, this has a threaded insert, an M22 threaded insert on the inside there. And that's going to go over this junction right here, and they spin together. Now, once this starts threading in here, all you have to do is begin to spin this sleeve right here, and that's going to help tighten things up there. So we'll get this, we'll start getting this nice and tight there, and then I can just spin that sleeve there. And once that sleeve tightens up, there we go, nicely locked into place there for the pressure washing here. Now, of course, stowing a Lance like this on this pressure washer, you can do it, but it takes up a lot more room than the pressure washer has on it, which is why we have that sort of compacted up setup there. Now, this only has one detergent tank up top right here, and you can see that that is one of the other things that makes it a little different in terms of the space savings compared to the SPX 3000 in general. But remember, this does have that 2200 PSI output right here, so we definitely get a kick up in pressure there, but we do have that singular detergent tank up here. Undo that opening right there, and you can fill that up with whatever detergent right there that you want. And of course, with that, so you can unscrew that, you can pour that in. There we go. It's like a little face that says, "Oh," because it's got the it looks like a pair of eyes right there for it looks like a pair of eyes right there for our switches up here. And with that, of course, you do have a power switch on one side, and of course, you do have your rotary dial for the amount of soap that you want to adjust into your spray. And on the back right here, with this little tray here, it's going to be your nozzle tray. You do have your 5 quick connect nozzles: red, yellow, green, gray, and black there. Now, of course, you do have your high pressure hose back here, and your hose inlet is also right back in there, that nice little metal inlet there. So everything you need is actually on this pressure washer here in this really compact, very tidy form factor here. I really love this. This is just one of those little things that's like, hey, you know, we can make things as small as possible so that you out there can get that work done as easily as possible. And this is one of those things that I love in general. You know, as things get better, as we grow in terms of our capabilities, smaller is always one of those things to focus on, in terms of a smaller, lighter weight pressure washer that gives us an incredible amount of power right here. So the SPX 3220 is definitely one of the cooler upgrades when it comes to pressure washing in general there. All right, now we'll snap our Lance back into the base right here. That nice little sort of snap-in connection there. There we go. Snaps right together. Keep our power cord together with this, and we can go put this with the other SPX sort of 3000 base models there. But we're going to move on to another pressure washer here, which gives us that real kick up from the SPX 3000 series, which is the SPX 3500 right over here. Now, this amazing pressure washer here gives us a different kind of kick in power. The SPX 3500 right here gives us that incredible kick in power, 2500 PSI max coming out of this pressure washer. So we're getting a real jump in power when it comes to a pressure washer just like this. We're not worried about gas still. This is still an electric pressure washer right here, and it still features the same designs, the same structures that you see with our other pressure washers. So when it comes to getting things clean, when it comes to getting things done, you're not really giving anything up here, except for the fact that you have, of course, a slightly bigger and bulkier pressure washer overall. Now, this has an incredible amount of power behind it, but this also has some of those features that we generally love about the SPX series pressure washers right here. Now, of course, we have our high pressure hose. As I said before, high pressure hose. Now, this high pressure hose is still overrated on this. This is 2,900 PSI max rated for the metal hose in here. So no matter what, you're getting that performance out of this pressure washer, and the hose is not going to wear out on you. Now, of course, we have our same SPX Series Lance right here, and this is what gives us that adjustableness for this pressure washer here. And as you can see here, this is a beefy unit. This is a powerful unit with an induction motor here. And that's sort of the beginning of that induction style motor there to give us that extra power. So really great setup here with the 3500 and that extra PSI that it gives us there, that extra kick of power for a lot of cleaning there. And of course, we do get a seriously large detergent tank on the back right there. This is, I believe, a 500 millimeter detergent tank that we have right on the back there. And of course, we also have those 5 quick connect nozzles, once again, tailoring our spray. Now, here's what's cool about this is that these nozzles are going to sort of work in the same line there. But remember, with that kick in power means that we've got to be really careful with that red nozzle right now, because now that's giving us that much more powerful focused punch on whatever we're cleaning there. So, you know, where we might be able to get away with a few softer materials with something like the SPX 3000, we really can't get away with it here with the SPX 3500. So you're really getting that kick in power, and you're really getting that jump in functionality here for what this can clean, because now your 40-degree nozzle can not only clean your car, but it can clean other stuff as efficiently and quickly as your 25-degree nozzle might have done on the SPX 3000. So it's a really great way to upgrade that output power there with that first step in the right direction there with that induction style motor. And that induction style motor is really what gives you the kick in the pants to get that extra power, that inside of power there that really gives you that powerful cleaning overall. So a really amazing design right here with the SPX 3500 right here. It's a really great way to get a lot of stuff overall cleaned up here. It's a really powerful unit, as you can see here. It's got that beefy look to it too. I love the way it looks. Of course, you do have up front here, you do have your dial for controlling the amount of detergent that you want to mix into that spray. So very, very cool with that setup right there. Of course, large detergent tank on the back there. You get the 5 quick connect nozzles, just an easy way to upgrade your way when it comes to the power wash in there, because this thing just has some raw power to it. Now we can throw this back up on top here, and you know, that's taking us through sort of the pressure washers that I would say are sort of more like traditional electric pressure washer styles that you may have seen out there in terms of these sort of stand-up pressure washers, and of course the SPX 3220, the go anywhere pressure washer. But moving up from this, we're going to talk about 2 of the most powerful pressure washers in our lineup, which is why we're sort of going from starter pressure washers to pro pressure washers here. When we're talking about these next 2 pressure washers, we're talking about the 2 most powerful electric pressure washers that we have in our lineup, and that's an amazing thing that we have right here with the next 2. So let me put this down here. And actually, what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to bring both of these pressure washers up onto the table so you can sort of take a look at them side by side. Now, the first one that we have right over here, this is the SPX 4800, and this is an incredible beast of a pressure washer to get a lot of stuff done with. And the other one that we have over here is the SPX 8000 Pro. Now, if you folks were catching any of the live streams that we were doing earlier, you will have seen that on Wednesday I blindfolded, unboxed this pressure washer here and assembled it. But these are pretty amazing pressure washers here, and you can see that these are definitely sibling units here when it comes to getting things cleaned up in terms of their design. These have what we call a roll cage design to them. You can see the metal bar roll cage design for it. You can see the induction motors sit on top right here of these pressure washers here. And now we've got, of course, our different sort of setups on each pressure washer that give us those different capabilities that we can use them for. Now, over here on the right, the SPX 4800, this is sort of the perfect balance between getting that pro level power, because the 4800 right here, we're talking not 2000 PSI, not 2500 PSI, we're talking 3200 PSI with the brushless induction motor that we have in here. This is really what takes the cake here, folks, is the power that this thing can produce with 3200 PSI max right there, really kicking up the power a notch here. Now, the SPX 8000 Pro over here also produces 3200 PSI max there. So these are both incredibly, unbelievably powerful pressure washers, but they both come with different things that give us that great capability to get different things done here. So you can first off see that we've got that beastly power pressure washer right here. We've got a large detergent tank right down here, almost a gallon right there for that detergent tank. It's just under a gallon, I believe. We've got, of course, that same high pressure hose here. This high pressure hose is kicked up to be to be rated for 3,600 psi. Once again, giving us that overhead. We think that that's important because we want that serious lasting capability out of that. We want that season to season performance from our high pressure hoses here as this pressure washer puts that business, that cleaning business out there. Now, of course, this still comes with our 5 quick connect nozzles here to tailor that spray: red, yellow, green, gray, and black. So utilizing that soap detergent tank right there, giving us that incredible jump in power. We do have that more industrial design right here. Although one thing that I like about these roll cage designs, they're very easy to roll around because they do have the wheels there. They are nice and solid here. They're very durable. They're very easy to get anywhere you want in the yard and garden as well, depending on what you want to clean there. Now, I love using this kind of pressure washer here in general. Now, when it comes to cleaning, once again, we've kicked up that power, which means we can do more. And in fact, one of the things that I've noticed with this is even with the 25-degree nozzle, it's right on the edge of really cleaning off things like those wood surfaces. So one of the things that I was able to do, I refinished an entire fence by spraying off the grime with this pressure washer here using that 25-degree nozzle. Now, usually that's going to be great for cleaning, but it was so powerful that it really resurfaced that piece of wood right there, so I could put a new finish on there, and I could really very, very quickly sand it to get it nice and smooth, put that new finish on. And this is one of those things where we're burgeoning into the pro market here with the kind of power that we're talking about and the kind of capabilities that this gives you right here. So this is a really great design right here. Again, in the roll cage system here, giving us that more pro level there. This is sort of the kind of pressure washer that everyone out there, if you fancy yourself, a solid tool person, if you know you need some extra cleaning power in general, and if you want sort of the top of the line style, these are the kind of pressure washers that you want to head towards your way, because these are still designed to be easy to use. And that's the great thing overall about Sunjo, is that it's going to be an easy to use product. You're going to plug this into the wall, you're going to plug the hose into it, you're going to pull that trigger, you're going to get that result whether as soon as you want it. But you're not going to have to worry about you're not going to have to worry about struggling like other folks out there would with a gas pressure washer and other struggle things that you find with those sort of quote unquote pro level tools that give you that struggle just to get them started up. Just to get your gas pressure washer started up, that's a lot of work. And in this case right here, you have a lot more ease when it comes to getting that work done. And that's something that I really love with this design right here. So we're making that work easier for everybody out there. It's going to be easier for you in general. It's going to be easy in general to get that done. So I absolutely love that. It really makes this a better pressure washer for just about everyone out there overall. Now, let's see. Now I see putting putting greens in the chat there saying, let's see the battery powered dethatcher. That's a great point, putting greens. You know what? We do have a battery powered dethatcher in general here. You know what? After we finish talking about the pressure washers here, putting greens, I appreciate all the likes as well that you're sending in there. We're going to, let's see if we can dig up our DTS 15, which is our 48-volt dethatcher, which should be around here somewhere. Let's see. We might have to send someone on a search for it. It should be in the office here somewhere. Or actually, you know what, putting greens, if we don't grab it now, putting greens, would you be all right if we brought it to the next TikTok live stream that we did there? Because I see you down in TikTok. That's right. So okay. Oh, and I know you do make videos on your corded ones. Um, Oh, okay, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad you talk about the corded ones. All right. Well, let's see if we can bring on the I'm glad you're getting so many views. That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. Yeah, let's see if we can bring on our our cordless one at some point as well. That's really cool. I appreciate you chiming in there. That's pretty amazing. I mean, the corded dethatcher. Which one do you have? Do you have the AJ801E? Because that one is like the old king, or I should say the old king. I mean, that one is the king there when it comes to dethatching right there, that AJ801E. But let us know. I actually I'd really love to hear which one you've been having some success with, and then we'd love to show off the SPX, the 24VX2 DTS 15 is what we call it right there. I know that's just a jumble of numbers. It's our 48-volt dethatcher right there. So yeah, love to show that off as soon as possible. Maybe we can do. We'd love to do maybe like a live dethatching next week. Let's see. What do you folks think behind the camera? Yeah. Thumbs up, thumbs down. All right, yeah, thumbs up, thumbs up. All right, we're getting a thumbs up there. Let's see if maybe we'll plan to do some live detaching with the cordless detacher there, and you can take a look at that. How's that, Putting Green? So you bought one last year, but it has the bag in it. Don't use the bag. We know that a lot of folks don't necessarily use the bag, particularly for larger lawns. It depends on what you're using it for. I particularly like to use the bag sort of afterwards, particularly if I want to clean up all of the thatch that I've ripped out. So like when I'm dethatching using the scarifying blades, I won't use the bag. I'll let that lay on the grass there, and then I'll come back with the raking cylinder and pick everything up and throw that into the bag, depending on how much there is, because I want to select, I want to sort of like separate all of that so that I can throw that into, something like a mulcher or something like that. You're doing some detaching videos this weekend. That's awesome. That's awesome. I hope you're gonna have some fun with that. Yeah, let us know. Send us some links. You know, you can always reach out to us at for our team over here, we're live streaming snowjoe.com, so you can always reach out to us there, and you can let us know what you're up to. We always appreciate that. That's something that we think is always fun that we get to do here. So feel free to send an email over. Feel free to let us know. No. So no problem at all. Glad you like the bucket power washer. That's one of my favorites as well. You know, honestly, that's one of my favorite pressure washers that we have there in the lineup as well. So yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate you're turning it back into a pressure washer video. But yeah, no, I love the bucket pressure washer. We still actually have it here in the studio. Can we pan over to it over here? Just because it does have the hose still plugged into it, and I don't want to roll it over and knock anything over, just because I have some accessories on there. Yeah, we've been using this a lot here in the studio. This is one of our favorite pressure washers here. This doesn't power up with a hose or with an outlet. This powers up with batteries, 24V. So two 24-volt batteries in here. They plug in. They give us a 48-volt system that we have right here. So it really does give us a lot of power washing capability with this amazing system. You can see I've got some accessories there for when we're cleaning stuff in our little watering display. Love that pressure washer. That's one of my favorites. I'm glad you like it as well, Putting Greens. Thanks so much for letting us know. I appreciate that. That's one of those things that we appreciate in general. We love hearing what you folks out there, love. We love hearing what you folks out there are using our pressure washers for. So, do you have one, Putting Greens? Do you have one of those pressure washers? That thing is awesome in the wintertime. I don't have to worry about the hoses being put away. You know what? That is actually one of the best things, because that's something that we do as well. We actually turn our exterior hose off in the wintertime to reduce freezing. Having a bucket pressure washer around is just a great, like, sort of last minute way to make sure, hey, listen, if I need to get something to wash it up, I've got a vehicle for it right there. That's a great point right there. You know, that's a great idea, and I'm glad you appreciate that, because that's something I appreciate as well. Definitely a reason that I use that pressure washer also. So that's awesome to hear. Thanks so much for chiming in here. Now, I do want to hop over to our other SPX Pro pressure washer over here. You do have one of those and got it last year. Oh, that's awesome. So you had some fun with that pressure washer. I also do want to say I appreciate all the likes coming in here. Really do. Let's take a look right here. So the next pressure washer that's sort of in the lineup here, the last one that we have to talk about before everyone can go away for the weekend and before Putting Green can head off there and can do some detaching videos, as we'll be very excited to see them. So this is the SPX 8000 Pro, and this is the brother unit to the SPX 4800 right here. So the 8000 Pro takes a lot of ideas from this pressure washer. You can see how very similar they are with that roll cage design here, but you can see the motor here is got a little bit of a different shape here. Now, one of the other things that this puts out is 1.3 GPM, so that's gallons per minute. So that's the amount of water that comes out. All these pressure washers are going to be rated for different gallon per minute outputs there. Every one of those gallon per minute outputs there, all those different outputs for these pressure washers, is going to give you different sort of cleansing power. You know, that high pressure is going to give you a lot of powerful scrubbing action essentially, but the water is going to help you rinse a lot of that material away. So at 1.3 GPM, we're getting a lot of water flowing through here, and a lot of power down as well. But the other thing that this has is sort of the first of these two here, of sort of the first in general of all the pressure washers here, that doesn't come with 5 quick connect nozzles. This actually comes with 4 different attachments here, 2 of which are quick connect nozzles. So as you see right here, this is that 0-degree nozzle that we're used to seeing, that red nozzle that we have right there. Right next to it's the green nozzle right over here. That's our 25-degree nozzle. So these are both sort of our general cleaning nozzles. So we've got the high pressure nozzle for a lot of hard wearing surfaces. They're great to have that right there. We have, of course, that green 25-degree nozzle for gentler cleaning, but still a lot of power here from the SPX 8000. Remember, 3,200 PSI max flowing out of this beast of a pressure washer. But we get 2 other accessories here that really kick this up, because as you notice here as well, this pressure washer doesn't have a this pressure washer doesn't have a detergent tank, but instead it has a foam cannon. Now, this is going to give us that different kind of cleaning expectation out of this. The foam cannon here, which snaps into our 1/4-inch quick connect, so snaps into that lance just like we've seen with all the other nozzles there, and that foam cannon, which gives us that extra soaping power here, and you can snap it in just by, there we go, locks right in. That foam cannon right there gives us a different cleaning power here. What it does is it takes any detergent that you fill this up with here, and it gives you that rich lather of soap. So what comes out of here is that thick, rich, creamy foam that you can use to clean everything up there. Well, the reason that you want to use that, and I see Putting Greens definitely agreeing on the foam cannons are really good. Yes, this one right here is one of my favorites here in this design as well, because the foam cannon right here allows us to do a couple of different things that I love. First off, the foam cannon gives us adjustability. We can actually adjust how much soap we want in that spray using that top nozzle. Really great using that top knob there. Really great with that, because that means that we can mix in the exact amount of soap that we want there. And then, of course, when we're soaping up that surface, something like our car or actually any surface out there, because we can put any detergent we want in here, we're going to get that better clean. And the reason is that the foam cannon whips it up into that thick, rich lather. Those thick, rich lathers of foam there give you that better cleansing action because they actually grip to a surface, like kind of like shaving cream would grip to a surface. If you put shaving cream on the side of your face, it doesn't just drip right off. It actually sticks against that surface and gives it that cleaning power without you having to worry about it running off and then sort of reapplying the soap all the time there. So really great for cleaning our cars. We know a lot of pros out there use this for car cleaning, which is why we attach this to this pressure washer to give you that pro set right there from the start. So if you are a pro doing a lot of pro cleaning, this right here is an electric pressure washer that can pretty much step to your game right there, because it comes with that foam cannon right here. So it really gives you that pro output. And for everyone else out there, this really gives you that level up capability there to have some sort of more pro features in the pressure washer here. Now you do have a nozzle adjustment right here for the angle of your spray as well up front. And overall, this is a great way to get a lot of gentle cleaning. Probably the perfect accessory for your car in general to get that pro level clean here. And of course, that does snap into the pressure washer here. As I'm trying to hold two things at once here, but I can put one thing down here. Why don't I put the lance down here, and then I can reach under and I can put our foam cannon back there. And we can take a look at the last nozzle on this, which is underneath there as well. And that is our turbo nozzle right here. Now, the turbo nozzle is a fantastic upgrade to your pressure washer as well. Not only does this take advantage of the incredible high power output of our pressure washer here, but this takes advantage of the oscillating capability that you have with this nozzle here. What happens is the water goes through here. There's a system in here that forces the water to spiral out. And as the water goes out like that, that spiral that comes out of there gives us that powerful cleaning action there. Imagine this. Normally with your pressure washer, like for example with your 0-degree nozzle there, you're only covering that much space there. So what you have to do is you have to move that nozzle up and down to give it that scrubbing action. This right here automatically gives us that scrubbing action by spinning that spray around for us there. As it sprays in that circular motion, it's giving us more cleaning action. It gives us about a 40% faster clean when it comes to using it there. And I love that. And this is great for getting a lot of stuff cleaned up too. So really great to give us that extra cleaning power there. Now we do have a couple extra slots here if you do want to pick up other quick connect nozzles there, because we do have some of those available. Really great to get more attachments here and upgrade that pressure washer even more here. But you can see here that this is a real step in the cool direction here when it comes to getting that pro level clean, particularly when it comes to having that foam cannon there and that turbo nozzle. Putting Greens, I appreciate you loving all the accessories on these pressure washers here in general. So, folks, this has been the sort of walkthrough on all of the major pressure washers that we have in our lineup. We actually have a lot more pressure washers than this. Some in the compact categories, some in the power category, in the high power categories. Great question from Putting Green in the chat here. The sidewalk/driveway attachment, that is our PCA10. In fact, actually, Alex behind the camera over there, can you grab me the PCA10 that we have over there? That's going to be our sidewalk cleaning attachment there. Yep, that's it right there. Yeah. And we'll show that off over here. Thank you so much to the off-screen lovely Alex there. So you can see here, this is a 10-inch sort of scrubber attachment right here. This goes down onto the patio, onto the sidewalk right there, ties into the pressure washer here, and gives you a lot of scrubbing action right there. And here's the way that this works here. You can actually take a look underneath the head there. As the water comes out of this amazing system here, this spins around here and actually gives you sort of a powerful cleaning solution here in general for things like the sidewalk there. So you can see it's got those angled nozzles that's going to kick this in that direction to spin it around right there, or actually the other direction right there to spin it around at speed. So it'll spin around here. And what this brush here does, it gives you some scrubbing action, but really what it does is it traps the water in here. So it means that you're not getting that back spray, because you're going to put this right up against the surface there. You don't want that spray to come back at you. So you're putting it right down there. that traps it all in there and helps give you a lot of cleansing power here. Now, this uses something that's called a transfer adapter on it, which is right up here. So this gives us a really great setup here with our SPX Series Lances. One of the things that I like about our SPX Series Lances in general, this system right here, which takes this twist connect system here. Some of our pressure washers, some of our other smaller pressure washers are going to have this twist connect on them. This twist connection right here is a sort of a push and pull style right here. You push down, you twist, and that pops off. This is what we call a bayonet right here, because that stabs in and twists and locks right there. But this adapter right here, which comes with the PCA 10, is to mount to our quick connect system on our SPX Series Lance. So this is our SPX Series Lance right here. These have all been the same on the SPX pressure washers that we've talked about here. And take a look right here. All we have to do, we can undo the lance right here. We can undo the metal lance right there by unthreading, unscrewing what we screwed on before there. As you remember, we attached this moments ago for the SPX 3220. Well, it's just as easy to detach there as you unscrew it just like that. And then right in here, we're going to take that transfer connection right here, and that screws in to that same spot right there. So we can see that right there. That screws in nice and tight there, just like that with that M22 there. So threads in very easily. Again, we can tighten this up with that spinning action there, and then of course now we can attach that twist lock bayonet system over here. So that's going to plug in to this here, so that we can bring this down to the patio there. I see in the chat there, Putting Green, you have one of these. Well, that's awesome that you have one of these. This is one of the best ways to get a lot of cleaning done for the sidewalk there, getting a lot of pressure down on the ground. It kind of acts as sort of like a combo between a turbo nozzle and sort of scrubbing brush there, in my opinion at least, with the spinning action there, and it looks pretty cool while it does it. So really love that right there. And folks, yeah, so that's been pretty much a walkthrough on pretty much all of some of the early pressure washers in terms of sort of style there, all the way up to some of the brand new pressure washers that we have right here, sort of taking you from the starter lineup to the pro lineup when it comes to your pressure washing game. Definitely check these out down on the website right there, www.snowjoe.com. We've got a lot of great stuff over there, a lot of great pressure washers there. I can see. I like you guys are doing good things over there. I'll tag you in the Dethatcher video. Appreciate that. Yeah, definitely tag us in the Dethatcher video. We really appreciate that, Putting Greens. Thanks so much for joining us here on the stream. We love being able to talk to some folks that love talking about tools here. As I think everyone can tell, I enjoy talking about tools. So definitely just a great thing to be able to do. So thank you to everyone out there for hanging out with us over here for our pressure washer breakdown live stream here, from sort of the starter level to the pro levels of pressure washing when it comes to our lineups. Really appreciate it from everyone. If you're watching on TikTok, really do appreciate it. Feel free to keep sending those likes. We appreciate those likes coming in, and definitely be sure to follow us here at Snow Joe Co. on TikTok. And for everyone watching on YouTube as well, leave us a comment. Let us know what you'd like to see in the next live stream. We love being able to do these live streams for you every single week here. So definitely leave us a comment there with anything that you want to see, any questions you have. We'd love to be able to answer any of your questions. And at the same time as well, to everyone on YouTube, feel free to give us a subscribe and a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video or any kind of content that we do out there. Feel free to like this video. Feel free to like some of the videos that we've got there, and subscribe to our channel here. And I do want to say this sort of cross promotion there. If you're on YouTube, go over to TikTok and find Snow Joe Co. Find that and hit that follow button over there. And if you're on TikTok, head over to YouTube and head over to the Go with Joe channel. That's us. That's us over here at the Go with Joe channel on YouTube, and be sure to hit that follow or subscribe right there as well. Alrighty, folks, thanks so much for joining in, and hopefully we'll see you all at the next live stream. All right, everyone, have a great weekend.